This is the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast, episode 508.
I program my own computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. We have the technology. The technology.
Hello, everybody. This is Adam Serb, the host of the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. Only one next weekend. WordCamp Islamabad in Pakistan, November 25th and 26th. And to break it down real quick, Saturday is a contributor day from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., looks like. And Sunday is the conference day from 9 a.m. to 1900, which is what, 7 o'clock, I believe? Yeah, 7 p.m., which is a long day, but that looks cool. So they're doing a contributor day and then the actual conference day. So if you're in that part of the world or can get there, by all means, go and contribute and learn and share and do all those things. All right, moving on, segment one in the news, a couple things here. First and foremost, this was sent in by Courtney, actually, who we'll hear from later as well, I believe. The WordPress Community Collective launches the Inaugural Accessibility Fellowship with Alex Stine. That's right, yes. The WPCC, it's proud to announce the start of its inaugural fellowship program with the first ever WPCC fellow, Alex Stine. Per the press release, it says, over the next 6 months, Stine will dedicate his sponsored contribution time to deepen his already impactful work in the WordPress accessibility sphere, addressing key accessibility issues and fostering awareness and inclusion throughout WordPress. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll put a link in the show notes if you want to read more about this and all about WPCC as well. I appreciate Courtney reaching out and letting me know about that. So that's kind of cool. So is that it in the news? Yeah, kind of a light news week. Yeah, okay, makes sense. All right, moving on, segment two. But before segment two, I want to say shout out to this week's sponsor. This week's episode of the podcast is brought to you by OmniSend, the top-rated email and SMS marketing platform for WordPress. More than 100,000 merchants use OmniSend every day to grow their audience and sales. All the email templates are 100% customizable, so you can give your customers the on-brand, personalized experience they love, all from a single platform. Interested in SMS marketing? Well, with OmniSend, you can forget the headache and the extra cost of running multiple tools for email and SMS, as OmniSend allows you to integrate SMS right into your emails. They even give you free SMS credits to do so. Need to integrate your current store? Well, OmniSend takes less than 1 minute to connect your apps with OmniSend. Once your new contact information is synced, you'll be able to use this data to send automated messages to your newly arrived contacts, or create segments that trigger automated workflows for that app. You'll have more freedom to create personalized messages with your new audiences. Looking to migrate from another service? Not a problem. OmniSend's customer support has an average response time of under 5 minutes, no matter the day or time of the year. That's because they have more support agents during peak periods like Black Friday, which is really important coming up, right? If you're looking to engage your shoppers wherever they are with integrated email and SMS campaigns, then you really should check out OmniSend. Plans start at free, yes, free, so nothing to lose here. Head over to KitchensinkWP.com/OmniSend to find out more. Once again, that's KitchensinkWP.com/OmniSend to sign up for a full-featured free trial account. Thanks again to OmniSend for sponsoring this week's episode. All right, moving on to segment two, the meat potatoes, what I'm thankful for in 2023, keeping with the tradition, as I've been doing this for the past 4 or 5 years. I believe it's been about that long. The Thanksgiving holiday is coming up here in the States. I wanted to share a few things, not that many, that I'm thankful for within WordPress. I'm also adding something new to the tradition, so we'll get to that in a few minutes. First and foremost, the things I have are just 3 this year, because you'll see why. I'm going to start with these 3, just in no specific order. Number 1, plugins. Yes, plugins, because if there's a will, there is a way. And someone has usually created a plugin that can add the functionality to any website and enhances things across the board. And that being said, as a business owner, I am ever so thankful for the flexibility and the scalability that the plugins offer. They allow me to really add features like the e-commerce capabilities, SEO tools, social media, the things that my clients need. I couldn't do what I do now without plugins. So I am super grateful and thankful for plugins. Sounds crazy, but it's true. Number 2, the quote that it takes a village, it's not lost on me, nor should it be on you, in my opinion. WordPress has a large, active community of developers, designers, and users who contribute to the forums, discussions, and the development of the platform. I'm thankful for a supportive community that means I have access to these resources, the advice, the solutions to common challenges that many business owners face, like myself. And finally, I've said it before and I'll say it again, the friendships that I've made and the places I visited due to those friendships, being inspired by them when we get together in person, as well as on Zoom. I just, can't imagine doing what I do without these friendships. And maybe, just maybe, I give some motivation and inspiration to others as well. Pay it forward, if you will. I like to believe I do. So those are my 3, just real quick plugins. The village of the active community and the friendships, because without those 3 things, it just wouldn't be the same. Okay. Now, what's new this year is I've asked some of my friends out there in the WordPress space what they were thankful for this year. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people wrote back, starting with Kyle Van Dusen. He wrote, and I quote, "The fact that WordPress community still thrives even when we disagree about direction, use case, and purpose of the software." Solid. I like it. Jesse Gurr says, "You, Adam." And I replied, LOL. And she said, "That wasn't a joke." And then our mutual friend Tara Clay said, "Same here." And the reason this happened we have a group chat that we hold for accountability as we are all runners and whatnot. So I appreciate them. They appreciate me. I'm thankful for them as well in their friendship. So that's awesome. So it's pretty cool. Michelle Frechette said, "I'm thankful for WordCamps being back in person." Amen to that. Yeah, there's something to be said about being back in person for that energy and for what that helps you do. Because we do what we do normally alone, in our home offices or a co-working space. So being back in person is vital. It's really cool. Thanks, Michelle. Courtney, who I mentioned earlier, she wrote in, she said, "The countless contributors to open source, especially within the WordPress project, that make the 4 freedoms possible." And she also added, "Your participation makes this world a better place too." Well, thanks, Courtney. And Drew Wild, wrapping this up, "I'm thankful for a community that gives and invites, and that WordPress adapts and grows as we grow." That's really nice as well. So there you go. Some reasons to be thankful for WordPress this year. And I just, without getting too wishy-wooey, I'm just really grateful to still be around doing what we're doing. So it's pretty cool. All right, moving on. Segment 3, tip until the week. This week's tip, it's a tip from Remkes de Vries. He wrote a little blog post, "How to change the WordPress admin email with WP CLI." I'll put a link in the show notes. Pretty cool. I didn't know you could do this myself. Never really thought about it. So I'll link that in the show notes. Totally worth checking out. And I definitely need to do this on a few more sites. So there you have it. That's it for this week. If you have any questions, go ahead and send it in via email, adam@kitchensinkwp.com, or use the speak pipe function on the website. If you want to support the show, you become a Patreon. I would appreciate that. kitchensinkwp.com/Patreon. If you want to sponsor the show, you can do that too. Also a form on the website. Thanks again to OmniSend for sponsoring this week's episode. Really appreciate having you on board. Definitely go check them out. kitchensinkwp.com/omnisend. And thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right. Bye-bye.